Is he on an expiring contract? He must be. It just began. Hat Picks. Hello, friends. Steve Dangle here, and it's time for another edition of Steve's Hat Picks, where we take a look at the best from around the NHL over the past week. And we can't talk about the best without the best. Here's Connor McDavid.
And now he tries to finish his check, but wheeling his way off that was Ekholm. Now Fogle to the middle of the ice. McDavid shoots and scores! 2 tonight! 54 on the air!
Fogle, nice spin move on the line, gains the zone, and then just throws it into the middle for McDavid with speed on the stick. What a pickup. And as he picks it up, he's already moving to the left to open up that shooting lane and zips it across grain. So elusive, and Anderson, look at that look. That stare down afterwards. I always watch what the goaltender's reaction is going to be, because he looked up and said, "Are you kidding me? Getting away."
Ew! Like, really, we should just post every point, because they're all like that, except he does it too much. He scores twice a game. We can't dedicate, like, a quarter of every video to him, but maybe we should. Nick, comment. Yes! Nikita Kucherov holds the current cap-era record for points in a season with 128. McDavid is at 124. He's gonna break it with like a month to spare. Gross, disgusting, bordering on bullying. That is a hat pick. For our next hat pick, this dude barely touches the puck on this play, but Quinn Hughes, we gotta talk about it.
John Tavares, the Leaf goal scored, back to Matthews. Around it goes, out of the reach of Riley. Maybe another break here. Miller's in behind. And Miller scores!
Looks like in the middle, watches it go side to side and bounces around. Pedersen holds on, has to bobble it for a minute. That goes right through the legs of Mitch Marner. And Miller able to corral that and stay on side. What a job of moving his body around.
Okay, so everyone's enjoying that because it's the Canucks scoring 2 goals. That was their second goal on the same penalty kill. So this is a bit of a 2-for-1, but this is actually a milestone goal. Well, rather a milestone assist, because on this goal, Quinn Hughes got an assist. It was his 200th career NHL assist, making him the fastest defenseman to hit 200 assists since ever. What about ever? Bobby Orr, Paul Coffey, Nicholas Lidstrom, ever. I think he might be underrated a little. That's a hat pick. For our next hat pick, you can hurt Leon Draisaitl, but you can't stop him. Watch this.
Yamamoto drop pass, Draisaitl, beautiful move, and then taken down by Morrissey. That's going to be another penalty against the frustrated Jets defenseman. He's unhappy, Louis. Really unhappy.
Yep.
Extra attacker on Yamamoto. Giving way, McDavid. Draisaitl shoots and scores! Finding a sliver of daylight underneath the bar.
And Morrissey doesn't like it. Looked like Draisaitl was almost going down himself, but in the process, he puts the net back. He has the wherewithal to say, hey, we've got possession here. We're going to move it around. He doesn't do that. He doesn't score this goal. They probably blow it down because he's the one that bumped it off. But he puts it back on the moorings, and look at this. Not a whole lot of room, but he recognizes that David Riddick is down. He's already down a long time before he takes this.
Nick, I need you to do me a favor. We have to show that goal again. But can you zoom it in just on Riddick? Do not take the camera off Riddick until he is off the screen.
McDavid, Draisaitl shoots and scores!
He has no idea! He's just kneeling there like he has to pee in a cup. He has to pee in a cup. I need him tested. He has to pee in a cup. If he's an alien, that'll probably show up on the test too. He has to pee in a cup. That's a goal scored with calm anger. Like, he's telling you, I have this covered. You can't score here. Look at me doing all the goalie things that you're supposed to do when you're a goalie. And Draisaitl just looked and said, that's nice. Snipe! Calm anger. That's a hat pick. This next hat pick, man, if you've ever had him in fantasy this season, he's a frustrating player. Gabe Vilardi, he's hot, he's cold, and on this play, he's disgusting. Look what he does to Jordan Binnington.
Kopitar had an opportunity from point-blank range. Fiala, down low to Vilardi. Wait, shooting, he scores! The power play. But
Bennington made the save with his pad. Spinning, hands, possession, and then elevation. All important on this play. Down low, get it, turn, spin, wow. The footwork and the hands at the same time, and then how you have to get it over top of the pad this time. That's the difference.
Gabe? What did Jordan Bennington ever do? Oh, okay, fair enough. But Gabe? Holy cow! That's as bad as a goalie has gotten faked out this season in a game where he actually played pretty good. Gabe Vilardi. That's a hat pick. For our next hat pick, who's the captain of the Columbus Blue Jackets? That's not a hypothetical. I want you to answer that, and you have until the count of 5. Did you get it? How'd you do? It's Boone Jenner, by the way. Here's Boone Jenner, the most upset person to score a goal ever.
It does seem like Columbus is just taking the life out of him right now, taking the legs away from him.
Jenner weaving through, and he scores! Oh, that was gorgeous by Boone Jenner.
Oh, God, what moves by Boone Jenner. The silky mitts on this one is to undress his power, then goes upstairs underneath the bar against Anderson. That came in and out so fast, Anderson thought they were still alive, that puck. You don't see that too much from Boone Jenner, just undresses the D-man.
Boone, it was a goal. Smile. There's another goal scored with anger. Boone Jenner was not in a mood to play around, but that is a highlight reel, nasty goal. The second time the Buffalo Sabres have been on the receiving end of one of those in this video. That's a hat pick. For our next hat pick, if you're a Leafs fan, that game against the Vancouver Canucks on Saturday was a nightmare, but there was a really good moment from Matt Murray, who hadn't played in quite a long time. His first game back from an injury. The Leafs give up a 2-on-0, and he comes up with this.
Bunting looked like he surprised Tavares with that drop, but back the other way. It's a break. Garland in. Oh, stop. Did you see that? Matt Murray with an incredible stop.
This is a well-executed play off of a little blunt of the drop pass. But watch, Garland starts this off, and then Joshua with the pass across, a give and go. It just didn't quite get it up high enough, did Wolanin. As he goes, he's expecting this one back, and he has the whole top 3/4 of the net, but Murray just stretches the big body and legs of Murray.
Yeah, a scorpion-like save on the 2-on-0, maybe creating a false sense of security, because for the rest of the game, the Leafs were like, just let him go. He's going to stop it. Well, no, that's not quite how it works. Anyway, that save. Woo, Matt Murray. That's a hat pick. This next hat pick is extremely funny. Here's James Reimer.
And it broken up, cleared off the boards and out by Morgan Barron. Barron now going to turn on the Jets. He's going to get to it. Goes to the net, short-handed. Oh, and Reimer got a piece of it.
Otherwise, we're looking at a 2-1 game and another shorty allowed by San Jose. Wow.
Okay, right? So that's a really good save from James Reimer, Steve. Why are you laughing? Producer Nick, can we show Erik Karlsson on this?
Broken up, cleared off the boards and out by Morgan Barron. Barron now going to turn on the Jets. He's going to get to it. Goes to the net, short-handed.
Okay, Nick, I need you to show Erik Karlsson's back check again, but I'm going to provide you with music for it. You're the best around. Nothing ever gonna take you down. How long was that shift, man? First stride, you're like, it's over. Luckily, Reimer came up with the save. That's a hat pick. Now for our next hat pick, earlier in this video, I mentioned fantasy hockey. Well, here's something that fantasy hockey players and Florida Panthers fans alike can get along with, never knowing what to expect out of Sergei Bobrovsky. He has 2 modes, Vezina candidate, Civ. Like there's just no league average in there. Well, here he is with a diving blocker save on a guy you might have heard of, Sidney Crosby.
Gensel ahead. Raquel gets in. Raquel looks in front for Crosby. And Bobrovsky slides over and got a piece of it. A moment.
There's Crosby, thought he had a wide open net. Watch the blocker of Bobrovsky. He'd lost his stick. That puck was going to be in the back of the net if it wasn't for the paddle or the waffle right there.
You know what's unreal about that save is Bobrovsky later on in that game would go on to give up 9 goals. I made that up, but he's a weird enough goalie you believed it. That save? That's a hat pick. For our next hat pick, I'd say that the trade acquisition the New York Rangers made at the trade deadline is fitting in very nicely. The guy everyone is talking about, Vladimir Tarasenko.
Lead to Mika Zibanejad. Nice pass. Breaking to net. Tarasenko scores! What a goal!
He'll skate it out, and then this long pass right onto the tape. He shows his strength and his hands and his talent. He's got that wonderful shot. Didn't need it here. Beautiful goal by Tarasenko. And the Rangers with 2 quickies.
You like the little bait and switch there? You thought I was going to say Nico Mikkola. Man, going from Jimmy Vesey on the top line, who was actually pretty good, by the way, to Tarasenko and Kane as a 1-2. The Rangers are going to be a problem. That's a hat pick. For our next hat pick, I don't think we can keep calling Martin Necas the most underrated player in the league on account of everyone knows he's good now, including the Vegas Golden Knights.
Bobby Smith out in front. Carlson had a stick lifted.
Good play, Teravainen defensively.
There's Necas. Nice move, shoots, and scores! A spectacular move!
By Necas, all the way up the ice. Head up all the way up the ice and gets to the middle. Uses an outstanding maneuver to put that puck under the back-checking Carlson and then quickly fired on the forehand to the glove side. Almost all in one motion, too.
Woo! There's so many good little things in, like, the span of half a second. The dirty dangles from Necas. My buddy got me the shirt. But also just the laser quick release on that shot. How do you even prepare for what you don't know is coming? Nasty goal from Necas. That's a hat pick. For our next hat pick, we go from one of the most underrated players in the league to another one of the most underrated players in the league. Here's Ryan Reaves.
Wow, good play by Middleton, too. Horvat just couldn't get that puck to settle. Eventually, he takes the pass and cuts off Horvat. Doesn't make it an option, so Gustafson's able to just line up and take the shot.
Reaves drops to Greenway. Save Sorokin. Reaves scores!
Family. His brother's a football player. He's a boxer to start off the night, skating a little bit. But maybe this guy should be playing baseball, too. Out of the air, backhand. Moving the opposite direction. What a beautiful goal. His fourth line for the Wild has had a terrific first period, and Ryan Reaves gets rewarded for a fight, a nice drop pass, doing it all. He gets his first in a Wild sweater. They tie it up.
He can score. He's allowed. Honestly, I'm surprised Ryan Reaves doesn't score more on account of apparently he can do that. But also, how are you going to move him? Nice baseball goal and right in time for spring. That's a hat pick. For our next hat pick, we don't usually feature empty net goals, and we usually don't feature empty net goals with 6 seconds to go in the game because you didn't need to score them. Like the game's done. But don't let Brian Rust tell you that.
Crosby's been dominant on the face-offs against Duchesne. He wins another one. Puck is loose. Jari jams it to the wall. Gets back into the crease. Puck loose behind the cage. Played by the Penguins off the corner glass. Batted away by Gensel. Racing after it is Rust. Diving effort. Did he do it? He did! Brian Rust!
Desperation. Get the puck down the ice. And how does Rust get to that puck? How many times have we seen Brian Rust miss open nets when he's standing upright from the center?
All right, yeah, well, that was pretty good. Brian Rust, who, is he on an expiring contract? He must be. It just began. Brian, you're under contract till 2028. What are you trying so hard for? That's a great goal. Oh, God, what would I do without Cap Friendly? That's quite the contract, Brian. You know what? This and the goal. They're both hat picks. Good for you. And for our final hat pick, Linus Ullmark scores a goal, and now everyone's got to get in on the action. Here's Pyotr Kochetkov, a prospect for the Carolina Hurricanes who was in the NHL and performing very well earlier this season, scoring in the American Hockey League.
Out of his net to get the puck. He's going to sling it down the ice, but it's bouncing towards the cage. He scores! Peter Kochetkov, a shorthanded goal, and Chicago leads 3-0.
Kochetkov, or Coochie, as the Hurricanes organization calls him, is fascinating, and I need him in the NHL immediately. This dude scored a goal this week. He got into a fight this week. He's just a general silly goose. Exciting move, exciting player. That's a hat pick. So that is it for this week's edition of Steve's Hat Picks. Did we forget any? Let us know down in the comment box down below, and thank you very much for watching. Click like if you liked this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends the Hurricanes call him Coochie. It's his name.